Hello, welcome. I want to speak about the conditions, the current conditions of stress, of pain, of meeting the unknown in the shape and form of this kind of disease, okay, this virus, corona, and the many people that has to sit in their homes and not leave it and be in this confinement. This situation can cause and does cause a lot of stress. Thinking about the future, how is it going to be? What the next step? What does it mean for my loved ones, for myself? How the state of the world is going to look like? Or maybe regrets about the past, thinking about the past. Why did I do that? Why did people had to do that so this would happen? And very quickly we can find ourselves in between, worried about the future that never happened and regretting about the past. And I want to suggest another way of looking at things, another way of being, actually. You wanted to ask me a question. There's my friend here who is taking this video.
It would be interesting to know how you think you can help people who are in containment.
Well, first of all, I think it all boils down to the way in which we see the world. We see the situation rather than a problem, but something that is happening right now. Even if we ourselves are sick, it is still a situation. What makes a situation a problem? It's our relationship to it. So we can come to a situation with a mind that is flooded with worries and fears, and we can come to a situation with a mind that is open and willing to meet whatever arises in the moment as it is, without trying to push it away, without trying to fight it, but also taking the good steps in order to be healthy, to keep others healthy, of course. In other words, it's working with our own minds. And very easily we can see how the mind is actually responsible. When I say the mind, I mean our thoughts and images. How they create our world and how they rule our inner world. When I have a thought about, oh my God, what it means to sit at home for 2 weeks and maybe I'll be so bored and I won't meet other people and I'm going to be so miserable. It didn't even happen. It's just the thought of what is going to happen. And as Mark Twain put it so beautifully, most of the things I worried about in my life never happened.
But still you have to plan ahead.
Always. Planning is a great function of the mind. Great, thank you. Thank you for planning. But when the planning comes with a mind that is burdened with so many worries, and worries about ourselves, worries about the state of the world, worries around our loved ones, what are they going to face? So I want to say that this confinement, that we have to be close in a room, let's say if we are sick, and these are the rules and regulations, and in a way something in the freedom of movement is taken away from us, and it's true. But how can we look at things differently? And it all boils down to the way in which we are acquainted with our minds, the way in which we can work with our minds. This is something that mindfulness practice can help us so much.
You actually said something before, which was beautiful in my opinion, how you can take this disadvantage to an advantage.
Yeah.
How you can go deeper into yourself.
So, okay, this is the situation, and it's a given. And we can see with the mindfulness practice, we can notice what the mind is doing. If we find ourselves bathing in worries and fears about the future, speculating, how is it going to be? What is it going to be like? So many fears, so many worries, even panic sometimes. It's very normal, yeah? But it's not very healthy. So how we can step into real health? If we can look at it differently. This is the situation, this is a given situation. Okay, this is what is happening right now. How can I look at it with different eyes? The fact of the matter is that I cannot leave the house now, let's say for 2 weeks. Given my needs are being met, okay, food-wise and otherwise. But I cannot go out. I cannot do what I want. I'm doing this because often we do so many things that it's not exactly what we do want. Yeah. Now we finally have the opportunity to sit quietly and really check what we want. Listen to this small, subtle voice inside that maybe sings another tune. Maybe finally we can get around to do things that we did not have the chance to do because we were running around all the time. It's a little bit like a butterfly that tries to land on a flower, but the flower, that is us, is running all over the place and the butterfly doesn't have the chance. And finally, okay, life put us in this situation and we can't run around. At least not outside. We can still do it, and we do with our minds, but finally the butterfly of understanding, of wisdom, of insight can land on us. And what can be revealed in this kind of situation? So first thing first, I would say, first of all, to get acquainted with mindfulness practices. Watch what is going on in the body and the mind and the heart right now as we speak. Yeah, what are the different sensations, thoughts, states of mind, feelings, emotions? What is happening? It's so rare that we meet ourselves, really. We so much, our antennas are so much out into the world, which is fine, yeah? But we are missing out on something sometimes which is much more important. Who am I? What do I want? How can I look at things differently? Where is my suffering arising from? You know, very fundamental questions that a situation of confinement like this one can actually help us do. We would not choose it. Yes, but now this is the situation. How can we make a lemonade out of this lemon? And we can. We certainly can.
As you know, we are very judgmental, especially towards ourselves.
Yeah.
So in this situation, we have a lot of noise, even though they're not with us in the room.
Yeah.
We have our parents who maybe really passed away. We have our kids, our wives, our lovers, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is a chance, according to you, to actually try to think at least with no judgment, or maybe to refine our judgment.
I would say it's a great opportunity to get rid of judgment for good. Yeah. And better start now. Yeah. Everything, you know, every 1,000-mile journey starts with the first step. And maybe this is our opportunity, exactly that step. What is judgment? Where is it coming from? It is all thoughts. How do we relate to our thoughts? How can we change our thoughts? For example, Albert Einstein once said that the most important decision a human being can take is to decide that the universe is friendly. How can this little decision change our lives forever and for the best? Even in this situation. And of course we are facing our fears, and of course we are facing our judgments, and of course we are facing our worst case scenario of what will happen in our minds, yeah. But what is actually happening? What is really, really happening? The truth of the matter is that we are always here and now. This is the only time that life is happening, right now, yeah, in the present. This is the only place that life is occurring in, here. What's wrong with it right now? Truly, truly, what is wrong with this very moment?
Maybe that we're sick.
What does it mean to be sick? If we really take it apart, even this word, sickness, I am sick, it's feelings, it's emotions, it's sensations in the body. Mindfulness practice help us to take it apart, and instead of, poor me, I'm so sick, we can look at it differently because it is. Because this is much more true than putting everything in one basket and say, oh my God, I'm sick. Yeah? What does it mean? Okay, maybe I have a fever, maybe I have problems breathing even, maybe I'm coughing. It's not pleasant, of course. We're not trying to paint everything pink and sugarcoat everything. It's not that. But we want to meet the situation as it is and taking the problem out of it. It's all in our relationship to the situation.
Try to give us an example.
For example, I'm sick. Let's take the worst case scenario.
You're sick, you have difficulty breathing.
I have difficulty breathing. It is not pleasant. I can watch my breath in the body as it is now. I can see how it arises in the body and how it goes down in the body. If I think, oh my God, I can't breathe, it makes everything more stressful and the breath is much heavier and much harder, not to mention what is going on in the emotional level and the thought. What can be possible when I'm just relaxing into the situation as it is? Yes, I'm having difficulties breathing. Okay, what does it mean? So the breath is shallow. The breath is more quickly. Can I relax into it? What does it do to the breath? Yeah, it can do miracle to the breath, for example. Or let's say I have a fever. Yeah, so it's unpleasant. It's unpleasant. Yes, I'm a little bit, dizzy and the temperature is high. But hey, it's just unpleasant sensations in the body, and I don't need to add more fuel to the fire by freaking out. Oh my God, what it means? What am I going to die? What about my loved ones? How is it going to end? The world is going to end. All this is unnecessary fuel to this fire. Let's put the fire down. It's only this. It's only sensations. It's only a situation. And we don't know what is going to be in the future. We simply don't know. It's a speculation. What really matters is how we relate to right now. This will dictate our well-being also in the future. We will be much more free to respond, not to react, meaning to take the right step forward when needed, to plan, to organize, to understand what will be the best move, without the load of fear and guilt and blame and shame that usually most of us carry.